What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Balana, and this is my lovely girlfriend,
Carly.
And if you guys are new, make sure you hit the subscribe button right down here. Also, drop a big thumbs up on this video. But what are we getting into today, babe?
Today, we are reacting to the most luxurious cars in the world. So basically, everything I wish I had and probably never will.
Yeah, imagine if you have one of these cars. They are
pretty awesome.
Well, we're going to get right into this video. Also, we're going to pop it up right on the screen. Well, the whole screen, and then our little reaction is going to be right here. So let's get into it. Ready?
I'm ready.
Gearhead once said, "A car isn't just four wheels and an engine, it's home." Well, my car's closer to a cardboard box than a duplex. But the
Right.
richest of the rich can always rely on manufacturers like Rolls, Royce, and Bentley to design the mansions of the car world. From cars that drive themselves to
That is
vehicles
nice.
dipped in gold. Let's check out some of the fastest,
One
most
day.
futuristic, and, of course, incredibly expensive luxury cars the world has to offer. Bentley Bentega. When Walter Owen Bentley started his car company in 1919, he set out to make a good car, a fast car.
See, I kind of like the
best in its
older
class.
cars more than some
Bentley
of the new
has always
cars
tried to
today.
fulfill this dream.
They're very cool.
And over 100 years later, old Walter might have just achieved his goal with the Bentley Bentega. The Bentega is a 5-door luxury SUV, and the speed
It's
variant
nice.
of this car
It's
is the
nice, but it's
fastest
not all that
SUV
yet.
in the
I'm
world,
waiting to get
reaching
into
top
like
speeds
the
of
really
190 miles per
nice
hour.
cars.
At $156,000, the Bentega comes with a number of extravagant features.
Not something
from
I
a
would
diamond-encrusted
Oh, that's
clock on the
dope,
dash
though. You can't lie.
to
That's
air
pretty cool.
conditioning that purifies the interior air. Because regular air just isn't good enough.
Yeah,
for
regular
you.
air is boring, babe.
Buying
You
a
have
fixed
regular
cars.
air.
to fit the car with lamb's wool floor mats,
Oh.
giving you the opportunity to wear your car.
Imagine your
with
toes
giant
rubbing against that shit.
It also features an events seat, a retractable leather bench that pulls out of the trunk.
You know what
You can
people be
gaze
doing
at the
on that.
stars with a bottle of champagne.
That's what I'm saying.
Or become
Yep.
the comfiest people at the tailgate. If all that wasn't classy enough, one of the Bentley's optional features was designed by Viscount Linley,
I have no
the Queen
clue
of
who that is.
England's actual nephew.
Oh.
Linley's Mulliner hamper is a $32,000.
Okay, I wanna know
picnic
who's
basket
cooking that
secured
food,
in the
'cause
back
that
of
looks
the
amazing.
SUV. That's right. For just
We have a picnic
$32,000, you
basket
can
in the
either buy
trunk?
my car 3 times over or have a picnic. The hamper includes
Wow.
a Bentley branded champagne cooler, cutlery drawer, fine china plates, crystal glasses, and a cashmere rug to keep the
Need
glass
that.
stains well away from your cashmere jumper. Just make sure you don't crash the car with the hamper installed. You don't want to get champagne all over your lamb's wool floor mats. Range Rover SV Autobiography. Range
I low-key
Rover is one of
want
the
a
most
Range Rover.
popular brands of luxury
You
SUVs.
wanna be the basic white
owned
bitch
by
that has
everyone
I do.
from the
I do.
classiest soccer moms to the richest
Soccer mom,
family
that's what I'm trying to
presidents.
be.
Range
They're
Rover's
very
most
classy.
luxurious car, the SV Autobiography, is high-tech and ultra-smart. Its terrain response system scans the environment and automatically
Oh my God,
changes between
the
5
environment.
different driving modes, letting you drive on sand, snow, mud, rocks, and boring old asphalt.
It's like having a Jeep
It's
without
one of
a
the
Jeep.
few luxury
True.
cars that lets the
I want a
driver
Jeep.
tear it up off-road, while the passengers sip champagne and watch TV.
Sip, sip.
Driving
I mean,
a
I could watch a movie.
$180,000 car
Yeah, you can
through
watch
the
a
mud
movie.
Driving.
might seem equivalent to hiking at a pair of Balenciagas, but Range Rover clearly wants you to take the car on adventures. They offer a waterproof wristband instead of a key, letting you tap your wrist against the
Interesting.
side of the
Wow.
door to lock and unlock it. No longer will you rummage through your drawers or dig through the sand at the beach looking for your keys.
That's
All you
crazy.
need is a tap of the wrist. But don't worry, it isn't all grit, mud, and puddles.
I can
It
do that
also
with my
has its own
non-fancy car
4G
right now,
Wi-Fi
with the keys in my
hotspot,
pocket.
HDMI ports, and loads of
Yeah,
charging
but they're saying you
points.
put a wristband
The
on
back
and you
of
don't
the
even have to
SV
worry about a key.
Autobiography
What if that
is like
bracelet
a
doesn't go
lounge
with
on
my
wheels,
outfit that
featuring
day?
fold-out tables, a mini fridge, and comfortable seats with built-in massage rollers.
Oh.
See, that's what I'm
Getting
saying.
lost in the wild never felt so good. Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Rolls-Royces are arguably the most luxurious cars in the world. Their double R logo and Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornaments a sign of wealth, class, and high-budget music videos. The Rolls-Royce Cullinan is their first SUV, marking the company's biggest car yet.
I like
which
the
is
front. I don't really
as
like
it's named
the rest
after
of it.
The Cullinan diamond,
Yeah.
the largest rough diamond ever discovered. When discovered, the Cullinan diamond was worth $400 million,
Jesus.
whereas the Rolls-Royce only costs $325,000. What a bargain! The Cullinan has most of
I like the
features
blacked out
available
look,
in the
though.
aforementioned Bentega and Range Rover, featuring
They
lamb's wool
look
floor
very
mats and an
similar.
optional picnic hamper. Inside the car is where the Rolls-Royce really stands apart. With its off-road button, the Cullinan is more than capable of taking on deserts, jungles, and mountains.
Yeah, 'cause
And the car's
I'm gonna
onboard
drive
camera
a $250,000
constantly scans
car
the
through
road
the
ahead,
desert.
adjusting the suspension to
water.
make sure that you always feel like you're gliding down the highway. The car's rear is known as the Palatial Suite, a massive space that's trimmed with the finest leathers and cuts of wood. It also features a partition glass between you and the trunk, following
That is
the
kinda
mantra
cool. I
that
like
a
that.
Rolls-Royce's owner should never sit with their luggage or their dog. I don't know about you, but I
Why?
always let my dog sit in the front seat, whether I'm in a Rolls-Royce or a Toyota. Lagonda Terraff.
I don't really like that
Lagonda
one.
is a company owned by Aston Martin and manufacture their most luxurious cars, like the 2015 Lagonda Terraff.
Kinda
an
looks just like a
extremely
normal
rare
car. I don't
with
really
only
like it either.
120 built.
From the outside.
Each one
Meet Editor X,
Ads.
the world's most advanced website design platform.
was priced at $1 million.
I do like the-
making
yeah,
it the
I like the
world's
blackout.
most
That's what I was just
expensive
about to say.
luxury sedan. According to Aston Martin, Terraff translates to ultimate luxury in
The
paradise.
front of it is
And
way
the
too
name
long.
fits the
Though,
sleek,
like the hood
golden car
is just
Yeah.
way too long for the whole
While the
car.
owners of a Terraff probably place their private chauffeurs behind the wheel, whoever drives will discover a top speed of 195 miles per hour,
Damn.
getting from 0 to 60 in just 4.4 seconds. The Terraff could hold its own on a racetrack, but it's still designed for comfort, especially in the back seats.
Okay, I like the
The seats
seats.
are
Its body is 18 feet long, resulting in huge amounts of legroom. And the interior is filled with an expensive leather, wrapping the owner in a cream-colored cocoon. But if you don't like the Terraff, it's fine. You can just buy 3 Rolls-Royce Cullinans for about the same price. Mercedes Maybach S-Class.
So far, I
Mercedes-Benz
haven't
might
seen
be one of the
anything that's
world's
like
most
extravagant.
famous
Like I would
luxury
totally
car
go out and buy
manufacturers.
that right now.
The only brand
Waiting
with
for,
both
like,
a
a
Formula One racing team and a
Sports
hit
car.
song by Janis
Or some
Joplin.
futuristic
Maybach
looking
produced Mercedes'
car.
most
Greatness.
luxurious car.
Ooh, that is kind
The
of nice
company
though.
aiming
Has
to
recliners.
redefine what luxury means in our time. For me, there's nothing more luxurious than a trip to the spa. And the $186,000 Mercedes Maybach S-Class is the first car that brings that experience to your back seats. Its spa packages include the warmth package, causing all of the seats and surfaces in the car to give off a warm heat, as orange and red lighting moves around the interior.
That's
The
not
massage chairs
special.
are filled with
That's
small
special, though.
rubber balls that inflate and deflate through an air pump, massaging your back. With the warmth package,
Just imagine
these
being on a
balls
date
move
and
up
you're just
and
getting a
down
massage
softly,
and a
following
picnic.
the
That'd be
timing of
nice.
your breathing. I'm getting sleepy just thinking about it. So maybe this isn't the best thing to use while you're driving. Your spa experience might rapidly become pretty unrelaxing if you fall asleep at the wheel. An even sleepier sounding spa package
that would be
incorporates
nice.
sounds from a singing bowl, an instrument used by Buddhist monks while they meditate. Owners can combine any of these features with the Mercedes Air Balance package, an automatic perfume dispenser that sprays a custom scent into the car,
That would be nice.
making sure your nose doesn't miss out on all the luxury. The fragrance that comes with the car will last you a
it's
few
great.
months, but you might want to use it sparingly. A refill will cost you $110 at a
Damn.
Mercedes dealership. What's wrong with a good old-fashioned air freshener? If all that isn't enough, the car is also intelligent. The Maybach S-Class features MBUX, a built-in AI assistant like Amazon's Alexa. As you speak to MBUX, it'll get to know you and your preferences over time, learning your favorite climate control settings or
Kind of a little
frequently driven
creepy,
routes.
but it's also
The
really cool.
S-Class
That it
isn't
knows
just
everything.
a car.
Yeah.
It's your new best friend. BMW Now Tours Swan. In my experience, the
Carly's
uber-rich
not thrilled
love
with any
three
of these
things:
cars yet, guys.
wearing luxury cars,
Yawn.
flying to space, and yachts. And that's why the team
Not
at
that yacht
BMW
they just
decided to
showed.
collaborate with luxury sale yacht manufacturer Now Tours Swan, offering a one-of-a-kind car that offers drivers all of the luxuries of a sailing yacht, without having to get their feet wet. Unfortunately, this priceless BMW can't drive underwater, but there's plenty of yacht-like features in the car, making it feel like you're sitting on a deck in the middle of the Pacific, instead of sitting in traffic on the middle of the highway. The interior is made out of expensive
It's
teak
clean.
That is very
with
nice.
large, comfortable
clean.
seats, and being a unique version of a BMW 7 Series. Even the non-yacht themed versions of the car have some incredible features. New models of the 7 Series allow drivers to channel their inner Luke Skywalker by waving their hand above the gear stick to turn up the volume or
That's
flick
kinda
through
cool.
contacts.
That is
The car
cool.
also features a remote control key, turning your $100,000 ride into a 2-ton RC car, allowing you to drive backwards and forwards in a straight line, letting you move in and out of tight parking spaces without having to actually get in the car. BMW
So it's kind of
has
like
big
a
plans for
Tesla,
the
but not a
future, too.
Tesla.
In 2018, they signed a patent for a bottom-filling champagne glass, allowing
That's
the passenger
cool.
to drink champagne without the inconvenience of pouring it. These BMWs will be the first cars with a built-in champagne tank. Giving
Interesting.
that technology to the ultra-rich sounds like a DUI waiting to happen. Tesla Model X. Teslas are
These
known
are
for
nice.
their
These are
electric
nice.
motors,
The inside's
high-tech
very
gadgets,
nice.
and getting
But I
launched
don't
into
think the
space.
Tesla is
And
all
the Tesla
that
Model X
personally.
is their most luxurious vehicle to date. Like all new Teslas, the car can drive itself, using highly sophisticated
That's probably
adaptive
like the
sensor
biggest
systems
part about
and
it, that
AI,
it could just drive
allowing the
itself.
driver
Yeah.
to take their hands off the wheel and kick back while the car chauffeurs them around. The driver can get their Tesla to parallel park with the tap of a button, or even summon their car before they get in it, making it drive around and pick them up. The 2022
That's kinda cool,
Model
though,
X
'cause imagine if
comes
it's
in
raining.
at $106,000, and it rejects the norm in every way, with falcon wing doors
I like
open
that part,
upwards,
too.
and a steering wheel that, well, isn't a wheel at all. The 2022 version of the car features a yoke. No, not that kind of yoke. A rectangular yoke used for
That's
steering,
kinda cool.
like the controls of an airplane, making you feel like you're driving
I seen
a
one of these the
spaceship.
other day that had
If
that,
that
and it
isn't
looked so
enough,
clean.
You can use the steering wheel to fly an actual spaceship on Tesla Arcade, a gaming
Play
system
games?
built into
Yeah, you can play
Tesla's
games, you can play a lot of
17-inch
stuff on there.
touchscreen dashboard. It features old school games like Solitaire and Skyforce Reloaded, but it's also powerful enough to run AAA games like The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077.
I feel like that's
This is my
very
childhood
distracting,
dream.
though.
But maybe it's a better idea
Well,
to
you don't
just
actually
keep an eye
have
on
to
the road.
drive.
That's true.
Lexani G77
Oh, I want this to go camping.
Skymaster. If you like the idea of improving
Babe,
upon
if we ever blow up
established
on
good
YouTube, which we
things,
are gonna soon,
Lexani
guys,
are
promise,
the
swear to
kings,
God,
taking
we're getting
a
one of those.
Ford F550 pickup truck
camper van?
and converting it into
That
the
looks real
$1 million
nice. I'm down.
Lexani
Let's see the
G77
inside first before we make
Skymaster.
final
The
decisions.
Skymaster aims to bring the ambiance of luxury
Oh,
aerospace
yeah.
This
travel
looks like
to
a
the
movie
road,
theater.
providing a private jet
Oh, yeah.
with 4 wheels. Perfect for the
But-
multi-million.
I feel like this is something Justin Bieber would
The
have.
car is essentially an upmarket
Except maybe
van
something
on
a
the
little
outside,
lot nicer.
But it isn't filled with
Need something
ladders
with a
or
bed,
buckets
though.
of
There
paint.
needs
Yeah.
to be a bed
The
in
main
the
room
kitchen.
features 6
Is there room in
Italian
that door
leather
back there?
seats,
I don't know.
65-inch
Keep watching.
Samsung TV, a kitchenette with a coffee machine,
Coffee
and
machine.
sold.
office space with a retractable desk. For longer journeys, there's a restroom on board with a sink that's coated in 24-karat gold.
At
More
Booking.com,
ads, guys.
Finding perfect
Just
isn't
when
rocket
it was
science.
getting good.
Kitchen sorted.
The van features a boardroom in the back holding 4 chairs,
Yo, we
2
could have
flat-screen
meetings back
TVs,
there.
and a retractable table. The seats fold down into a double
Oh,
bed because
perfect.
are you really that fancy if you've never fallen asleep on Italian leather? You'll sleep softly too, as the Skymaster comes with an upgraded suspension system that absorbs any bumps in the road.
There you go.
If you close your eyes,
Perfect.
it'll really feel like
Our
you're
next
flying
purchase, guys,
without
coming
the
soon.
turbulence.
Yeah.
Karman
That's kind of
King
cool. That's kind of
SUV.
cool.
Lexani
Reminds
aren't the
me of,
only
like, a
company that's given the
stormtrooper
Ford
type
F550
thing.
makeover.
Could be from
But
the
unlike
Tron
the dazzling
Legacy movie or
Skymaster,
something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the Karman King SUV is a
I
Ford
can see
going
myself
through
in
its
that.
goth phase. The angular SUV is massive, futuristic, and officially the most expensive SUV in the world, starting out at around $1.9 million.
Let me just go to the bank
Karman
quick.
has all the treats that every
Imagine someone
supervillain
hitting that
needs,
thing.
containing reclining seats,
oh my
a
God.
PlayStation 4,
That's
a coffee
sick.
maker, and a massive TV. The optional features
So
include alligator
cool.
skin seats, real gold trimmings, or bulletproof plating.
Oh,
All right, guys,
that's
scratch
Most
the
of their
van. We're getting
customers opt
this.
for the bulletproof option, which makes me wonder
It's bulletproof.
what kind of people are buying these cars. Unfortunately, the Karman King's so heavy that it can only get up to 87 miles per hour.
That's okay.
But who needs speed when your car is this intimidating? Rolls-Royce Phantom.
These are nice.
Don't you just love stargazing?
They got the
Sitting on a
stars.
hill, staring at the
I'd
sky,
rather
thinking
do it
about the universe.
outside.
You know who doesn't have time to stargaze? Billionaires. That's why the Rolls-Royce Phantom displays 1,526
It's very nice. I've also
fiber-optic
seen one of these
stars
in
on
person.
the ceiling above the passengers' heads. Rolls-Royce gives the owner the option to customize the stars to depict any constellation. And if you look closely, you'll notice shooting stars firing across the car's interior. As you can expect, the Phantom's optional features are absolutely insane. From anti-paparazzi curtains and secret umbrella compartments to night vision cameras and a humidity-controlled cigar holder. There's nothing classy.
I would not be
fine
smoking a
art.
cigar
And
in
one of
that nice of a
Rolls-Royce's
car, but I mean,
features
business
turns the
people, I
Phantom
guess, do
into
that
a
type of
literal
thing.
art gallery, displaying work from critically acclaimed artists on the dashboard. This clip shows the different options available, offering art made out of
That's
diamonds,
cool.
24 karat gold, or feathers.
Feathers.
I think I'd stick with the gold. Like everything, Rolls-Royce takes this a bit far. For the Immortal Beauty dashboard option, they grew an individual rose in the English countryside, flew it to Nymphenburg Palace in Germany, then recreated the flower in porcelain. You can display some of
That's
these
kinda
porcelain
cool.
copies in your car,
like that.
taking a piece of England with you wherever you go. Personally though, I keep England with me by loading my car with tea bags and crumpets. Gold
The gold
Rolls-Royce.
Rolls-Royce is
The
nice.
Sultan of Brunei is a pretty flashy guy. He holds the
But just
largest
think,
private
people would
car
be trying to
collection in
steal
the
your
world,
car
owning
all the
around
time.
Oh, yeah.
7,000 cars with a combined value of over $5 billion.
I'd be
He
afraid to
has over
drive it.
600
Right.
Rolls Royces, but one stands
People just
out
be
above
coming
the
and
rest.
taking chunks
When
of
the
your
Sultan
car.
of Brunei's son got married, the Sultan had parts of their Rolls-Royce limousine plated with 24 karat gold. The car was adorned with lavish gold ornaments and an outdoor seating area showing the newlyweds off to the public. Along with a fresh lick of gold paint, this brought the car's value up to $14 million.
For that car right there?
Jesus.
Nice and subtle, Mr. Sultan. Custom class.
Oh.
The Sultan of Brunei isn't the only person who decided to pimp their already
Imagine
decadent
having that
ride.
in the sun, though.
A company
Like, it's
called
gonna be
Right.
beaming off
Garson
like
specializes
sun.
in taking mass-produced vehicles and glamming them up. In 2018,
Yo.
they unveiled a special Mercedes-Benz SL600 at the
It's
Tokyo
so
Auto Show.
shiny.
The Merce was bedazzled with over 300,000 Swarovski crystals, its dashboard, gear shifter, and wheels all getting the same treatment. Garson's Mercedes is pretty astounding, but I'm not sure I'd like to drive behind it on a sunny day.
That's
Lots of
crazy.
other luxury car companies stick solely to interiors, aiming to make pre-existing
That's kinda cool.
cars more luxurious inside for passengers. The custom Mercedes Viano by Charisma, for example, takes a pretty nice people carrier, perfect for a taxi company or a family of 5, and turns it into a mobile
That's nice.
cinema.
I was
with a
not
huge
expecting
flat-screen
that
I wasn't
TV,
either.
2 reclining seats, a wool carpet, and
That
a
is-
drink
See, it's
bar.
perfect just for us, and we
Every
can have
car
like
that Charisma
someone that drives
works
us
on
around.
is totally unique,
Yep.
so there's no strict
Benjamin.
price for the Viano. They'll tailor-make the van to their customers' exact specifications and work out how much it's worth at the end. I'm wondering how far you could push this. A van with a bowling alley, an arcade, a hot tub. Oh, I was kidding. Turns out 2 friends already built one in 2015, hoping to set the record for the world's fastest hot tub. I wonder if it's allowed to drive in the carpool lane. Arguably the sleekest custom car interior jobs are carried out by Russian company Top Car. specifically with their work on the Porsche
That's a nice
Panamera.
And that is very
Already
nice.
a high-end sports car, Top Car fit their Porsche with white crocodile leather, a
Crocodile.
birchwood trim, and
You
real
mean tell me that
gold
doesn't
accents.
get dirty immediately?
These
It
custom
probably
cars
does,
don't come
but I
cheap,
mean,
though. The
majority
Top
of people
Car
keep their car
Panamera
clean if they
priced
know
at
that it's like that type of price.
$567,850.
Better take your shoes off before
In
you step in
comparison, the
there.
hot tub car sold for just $26,500 in 2018. I know which one I'd rather have, but let me know your choice down in the comments. Maybach 6
Ooh.
Cabriolet. Next up,
That's
we're going to
nice.
take a look at some concept cars, exploring what car companies think their vehicles will look like over the next 100 years. According to
Show me
Mercedes,
what's
the
up.
Maybach 6 Cabriolet was designed to be timeless,
Oh.
a concept car that would have been seen as beautiful 100 years ago, and will still be seen as beautiful in 100
That
years.
They look like
It's a
spaceships.
long convertible, most of the length taken up by its massive hood. The car is easily big enough to fit 6 people, but it only holds 2, taking up the room with futuristic digital displays and bright blue lights.
That's cool.
Right? Only 2 of the cabriolets have ever been made, and while the car isn't currently available to buy, it's already been used in music videos, and it's set to be used as Bruce Wayne's car in the upcoming DC movie, The Flash. That's right. It's a real-life Batmobile. Renault Trezor. Renault's conceptual take on the sports car of tomorrow might seem
That
pretty
looks
ordinary
mean. Like that looks like
until you see somebody try and get in it. The
What does it do?
ads, guys. More ads on top of
Grabbing
ads.
for dinner if you're interested. I'm
Renault Trezor doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it does reinvent the door. The Trezor is a one
That is
car for 2
awesome.
people.
That's very
The
cool.
entire top half of the car lifting up when the owners want to get inside. I call it the clam of the
That's
highway.
sick.
If the Trezor's a clam, then where are the pearls? Well, its door might seem like a gimmick, but the few Trezors that Renault actually made were incredibly quick. They had a drag
They look
coefficient
fast. It
of
looks mean. Like it looks like
0.22.
get
Or
out
in
of the
plain
road if
English,
you're in front of
they
me.
were incredibly streamlined due to their lack
I
of doors.
want it.
Like you'd expect, the futuristic car is completely filled with touchscreens and computers. And it also features little Eiffel Towers on the hubcaps, making the Trezor one of the fastest, sleekest, and Frenchest concept cars around. The Mercedes
Yo.
AVTR. If you think a collaboration between Mercedes-Benz and the James Cameron movie Avatar sounds insane, then you'd be correct. Regardless, the Mercedes AVTR is the end result of this strange mashup.
Think of
The
how long
concept
it
car
took for them to
ripped
make these
straight
cars.
out of a
Oh my
sci-fi
god,
film.
that looks
The car
awesome.
is steered
Only
with a
be in a
single
movie.
flat joystick instead
A
of the steering
joystick.
wheel, allowing you to tear through Pandora's highways with the flick of the wrist. Remember when I said the Renault Trezor doesn't reinvent the wheel? Well, the AVTR does, carrying you around
Like,
on
what are those
4
wheels, like, made out of?
blue-light-filled
'Cause it's, like,
donuts.
Weird.
This unusual shape means that the wheels can rotate, allowing the AVTR to drive sideways or
Sideways.
even diagonally.
Yo.
Another totally unique feature are the 33 scales that run along the back of the car. Mercedes calls these scales bionic flaps, and they allow the driver to send signals to the outside world. When the car speeds up, the flaps
what?
become more streamlined, and when you brake, they flip up, letting other drivers know exactly what you're doing. An updated version of the car, showcased at the 2021 Munich Auto Show, can read your mind. For real.
No.
Once you stick some electrodes on your head and plug yourself in, the AVTR uses something called a brain-computer interface to record your brain activity.
It's about
allowing the
time.
driver
I'm
to
gonna
trigger
hook that
some
up to you and
functions of
see
the
what you're
vehicle
thinking,
without
girl.
moving a muscle.
We need this in
new
my life.
Matrix-style way of driving might
Do
just
we?
be the future of
Yes.
travel. But just try not to sneeze or you might set the windscreen wipers off. BMW Vision Next 100. If a
It's
car
like
based on an
space.
alien planet isn't good enough for you, how about a car that looks like an actual spacecraft? For BMW's 100-year anniversary, they started to use the motto, the next 100 years, exploring what BMW cars could look like in 3016.
I don't know about that one.
Apparently, that car
That's
is
cool.
a self-driving four-door sedan completely covered in lizard-like scales, with wheels
That's pretty
enclosed in
cool.
a protective casing. The interior and exterior of the Vision Next 100 is covered in metal triangles that move as the car turns and accelerates, making the car appear as if it's breathing. I can't tell if
That
this
is
is the
pretty cool.
coolest thing I've ever seen
I like the
or the
color.
creepiest. The scales on the outside of the car are just for show, but the interior triangles flash red whenever there's an obstacle or hazard coming up in the road ahead, making
Interesting.
sure that the driver is prepared for anything. The car is self-driving, but if the drivers of tomorrow want to get behind the wheel like Grandma used to, it features a steering yoke that automatically folds out of the dashboard. Once they
Nice.
get driving, the windscreen acts as a heads-up display, telling the driver when to brake and speed up, and showing them where they should drive on the road for maximum speed. The car also constantly scans the road, locking onto cyclists with
Look
a
at that
big
shit.
That's
red
cool.
box. Unfortunately, thankfully, the car doesn't fire rockets at the cyclists. It simply warns the driver of a potential hazard. The scales
can,
inside
like,
the car
see
also
through
spinning
things.
Yeah,
around
that
and
is pretty
flashing
cool.
red. If these hazards disappear behind a wall or parked
The
car,
new technology
BMW
that is
tracks
coming out
them,
nowadays, who
making
knows
sure
where we're
the
gonna, what's
cyclist or
gonna
pedestrian
be
doesn't
out there when
suddenly
we're like
spring
50
out
years
But when
old.
it breaks,
Of course,
every
we're a
part
while
of your
away
car
from
breaks.
this heads-up display
That is true.
technology being real yet. But with Tesla already blending the world of video games and driving, we may not be all that far off. Bentley AI Concept. According to Bentley, none of the concepts we've seen so far are luxurious enough. To them, being that their brand name and the decadent custom cars they produce are almost synonymous with luxury.
Look,
The
you could be
effort
doing
of
some
having
work,
to look
I
at
could
the
be doing
road
some
is
work,
too straining
work
for their
together.
elite customers, and it'll soon be a thing of the past. Bentley's concept car for the future
Those
is
are so
completely
nice.
open plan.
It's like a couch.
Featuring 4 seats gathered around a futuristic coffee table, with no steering column in sight. The star of the show is, of course, the little blue AI hologram butler in the middle, who you'll be able to look in the eye as you ask them to shuffle your retro mix of Justin Bieber and Ed Sheeran. Move along,
Perfect.
MBUX. I've got a new best friend. Every car company seemingly has their
That
own
is so
futuristic
cool.
concept
Like, how do they
ideas.
come up with
and
these things?
new concept car designs appear on social media every day. The future looks bright and comfy. From mobile lounges stuffed inside limousines to self-driving cars overflowing with gadgets and pod-like
Those seats
seats,
look
who
comfortable.
knows what the elite will be driving in 10 years' time? I know one thing for sure. I definitely won't be able to afford one.
Me either, it's okay.
Which of these luxury
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think they'll get rid of, like, all cars now and just have all those, like, future cars that cost thousands of dollars? Because what if you can't afford that?
I don't think they can do that.
I don't know. Like, what if gas becomes not a thing? You know what I mean? Like, what if they just get rid
They
of
better make
cars
some
nowadays?
nice bikes.
Alright, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll be back with more videos. Bye,
Bye, guys.
guys.